Hey guys, I know I haven't posted on this account in a little minute, despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the pain and things like that this year. I just wanted to tell you guys,
I definitely know who moved that Tesla on that late July before they went on tour.
The LAPD used the iCloud video date to find a video of David's mild response to Celeste's death, which coincided exactly with the time they think Celeste passed away. David's private rental house was the scene of all of this. New information that David had a best buddy named Neo would eventually be made public by an investigator involved with the case. It says that he has been residing in David's other rented property. It's probable that his friend Neo was the last person to drive the Tesla, according to David's social media and Steve's research. But this in no way suggests any guilt. Neo has removed David from his social media accounts and stopped following him on Instagram, which is related to the private investigators. Hints that Neo lived in David's house.
You know who that person is, and do you believe that is the person that moved the Tesla?
So I definitely know who moved that Tesla on that late July before they went on tour. I can't say who the person, and I don't mean I can't say but I don't know who exactly was in that house, because it's just a report, but there's video, but you can't make a person out. But somebody was in the house, and being that there's only one key, it's like, okay, who had access at that time? So is it the same person that moved the Tesla? Was another last part of the plan about to go in motion as far as getting rid of her? I don't know.
This is a crucial question, since the investigator would then respond with his current suspicion of David's location. Since it was discovered to be his, he has abandoned the private rental house that we now know he owns.
Do you have any indication about where David is right now?
I don't. I have no idea. And it's kind of bizarre because his group has stayed so silent, what's left of his group, I guess. And I'm not even sure the conversations that the owner did have with his management in breaking that lease. I'm not even 100% sure his management knows at this time where he's at. I think his attorney might be the only one, and his parents.
Given that these two pieces of evidence were now widely shared online, Neo would start manipulating his social media accounts. They would make an announcement. According to receipts, David and Neo, who had been together all the time, no longer follow one another on Instagram. Who put Celeste in the Tesla, and what happened to her? Given David's prominent position as an artist, did Celeste discover or see anything noteworthy about him? On Instagram, David and Neo have been spotted sharing a bed, striking the Titanic position, and other activities, which led to speculation that they may have had a covert connection. However, the private investigator would elaborate on what he thinks transpired with
You don't know more information about when she, right?
No,
okay.
I don't have any information of how she, when exactly she. Investigations are always moving, and right now I tend to believe it happened a while ago, a long time ago, and I think January, February, things change. I mean, you can see it in the photos and everything. And I also think when I first started looking at this case, I'm very much an Occam's razor type of person, where I think things are a lot easier than people try to make them sometimes, especially online, into these big things. And I thought this was going to be a tragic, which it very well still could be. And they made a bad decision because they didn't want to expose a potential relationship and put her in this Tesla. And then maybe he thought he could get somebody to get rid of that car. And they were just like, no, I'm not doing it. And just got left there. But I will say this, there are some things that, and I'm talking physical evidence that was at that house, that there could have been greater plans as far as getting rid of her.
He also discovered one more piece of proof. Given that David owned a second house, it was critical to determine when he had last visited. Since this second house was far more private, and no one even knew David was renting it, it stated that Celeste was residing there. This is on top of the fact that David took a video at his other home, where Celeste stayed in February 2025. For a few weeks, Celeste had probably been passed. He also stopped using the black Tesla in February, when the investigator would see a picture frame right behind David in the video, and instead leased a red one. They also looked at the date that David recorded it, and it coincides exactly with the moment detectives think Celeste passed her. So it is clear that he had this in mind when he made this strange video.
Hey guys, I know I haven't posted on this account in a little minute, but I just had some words to share with you for 2025. Despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the pain and things like that this year, I just wanted to tell you guys not to be discouraged and not to lose hope and not to turn your face from God in these times of evil. And then it seems like just at the start of the year, it's literally January and all this stuff is happening. It's like the most insane, it's February now, but it's the most insane start to a year that I've ever seen. But God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. So keep that sound mind, 2025. Stay prayed up.
David would release the video while Celeste stayed in his private rented house, leading the feds to assume Celeste had already passed away. Although they think that was his first official response to Celeste's death, it wasn't the last. They would uncover a great deal more evidence against David, and he would ultimately commit the unimaginable. Let me clarify. Sources believe that David is getting ready for the police to close on him, so he hired a new legal form and transferred his assets out of his name. It says he will shortly be arrested. When this went viral online, detectives began to examine more closely at how he transferred his assets. There are far too many coincidences. One guy wrote, Celeste and David and their peculiar timeline. David moved his Texas house into his mother's name on September 8th, the same day Celeste was found in the Tesla. Then, a day earlier, the LAPD had searched his rental home in the Hollywood Hills. That same day, David's family house would be the scene of a fictitious police call regarding an incident. According to David's parents, his younger brother and sister were upstairs when the cops arrived.
No, out of all times for this to happen, as discovered in his car, after she's been identified, for there to be a potential swatting incident where somebody calls 911 with a fake allegation, a fake crime for their property, out of all people, out of all times, it's weird.
Well, it's weird, but it doesn't necessarily surprise me because this case has taken on national significance in terms of people paying attention to it. And there are bad actors that understand how to bring somebody by way of swatting. So somebody called the 911 system down there. They found the address online and were basically made up a story for the cops to go there. And then they went in, and fortunately the police were very professional and they were able to immediately understand that it was a swatting incident and it wasn't a legitimate call.
But others, on the other hand, think that this served as a warning about what was next for him. The cops also used a cunning strategy to check on David at his family home to make sure he was there because no one knows where he is. Sources now assert that there are multiple suspects and that they are related to David. Which may have been an additional justification for their visit to David's family home. Let me clarify. Investigators would spot a highly questionable pattern. His brother accompanied Celeste whenever they were spotted together in public. They initially discovered surveillance footage from one of David's concerts, which was one of the last times she was spotted on camera. The text says, David's brother and Celeste in the VIP area on David's Silver Spring concert last August 24th, several weeks prior. It was also declared that if this video is accurate, it means Celeste was still alive June 27, 2024, seen backstage at a David concert alongside his brother. Take a good look at the Hello Kitty sandals though. Her family reported that she was wearing Hello Kitty sandals, the same pair she wore backstage with David's brother when they last saw her. According to the missing person poster, people began looking into David's sibling at this point. Here's what they discovered. A man who is close with David's brother would collaborate with David on music in 2022. Years later, he would attempt to expose David for his own interests, but no one would pay attention. He would, however, create a video outlining his relationship with David and his brother and what he thinks transpired. Given that
and I just want to clear up the stuff from 2023 was not about the Celeste girl that was obviously recently in the news. It's nothing to do with her. I didn't know about her. I didn't know she was. I maybe heard her name once or twice. I had nothing to do with her. The stuff I have from 2023 was nothing to do with Celeste. These were other girls that had claimed David had messaged them or had, relationships with them. And I want people to know that in 2023, I did try and bring the situation to light. And a lot of people remember, I was having a lot of. It got so bad that David's legal team had got in contact with me to remove everything. I've attached an email here that I received from his team in 2023. And basically they removed my song with David from, streaming services because apparently I was spreading misinformation. The thing is, after that, I got in touch with David and I was like, yo, are the claims true and all of this? And he was like, he literally said, I've got it here. He said, no, it's just some people trying to get clout. There's no evidence and stuff. After that, everything was shut down. Everything, no one else came out after that.
He attempted to expose David and his brother, he was silenced and no one took him seriously. One of the first individuals to criticize David for a Twitch stream he conducted with Celeste was him. On January 11th, 2024, David quietly began his romance with her by doing a Twitch stream. When he closes the stream, he instructs his moderators to remove all VODs and footage, but no one seems to mind.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which one? What's good, David? Big fan, big spot me. Yo, thank you. Mitchell.
I gotta stop with him if you even. We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
Furthermore, while David was playing in an arcade with Celeste, another Twitch streamer recognized him.
Yeah, that's order.
Wow, you look good.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
The question of whether that is Celeste at all is the strange aspect of this. She looks very much like it. Additionally, the Gap sweatshirt she's wearing is identical to the one in the picture of her on her missing person sign, but other people think that's not even her. Because of the resemblance, people began to investigate David further. They discovered two rather strange interviews. David affirms in one of them that he has an alter ego that enjoys living in a world reminiscent of anime. He likes to pretend that he is a character who goes out and commits really significant crimes, and that another character goes out and solves them. But listen to the crime he would provide as an illustration. It is quite strange.
Basically, an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego, and the story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving that I'm committing myself, and it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it, like it was in the vault for
He could have used hundreds of crimes as an example when describing his alter ego, but he chooses to say that would be one disgusting response. I'm not the only one who can see how clear-cut everything is. Am I right? However, David's following interview should have drawn greater notice because of what he said. David would disclose that in 3 to 4 years, he would like to live on an island free of social media. Interestingly, Celeste would have turned 18 around this time.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so the plan is hopefully this music thing takes off crazy next year.
Why is he saying, why are you saying that like you're not like up there?
Well, I'm not there yet, but hopefully it's like even crazier next year. And then I go on crazy year after year for the next 3 years, and then on the 4th year I retire. And on the 5th year I'm off the grid, living somewhere like on an island with this crazy crib. No social media, no digital footprint. I'm just gone. I'm just gone. In 5 years, I'm gonna be gone.
Will you still remember me?
Yeah, bro. You'll have like the secret codes to the mansion.
Yeah?
You can pull up on every.
What's the secret code? Give us the first 2 numbers.
Absolutely
of the
not.
The question was, where do you want to be in 5 years? As fans would observe, he does, however, state that he hopes to be in 3 to 4. David would respond subtly once more, in the hopes that something else would go viral after this ended up getting viral online. They made an announcement. If anyone is curious about David's current whereabouts, he has just started playing Fortnite and is lurking. Fortnite Tracker is a website that exists. All of your favorite streamers and or celebs may be followed, and every time they log on to you'll receive a notice telling you when they started playing, how many games they played, and how well they performed. This webpage is widely known to David. In just 4 hours, he even privated his account. But as soon as the interviews started to go viral online, he jumped on the game right once, seemingly knowing that it would eventually overtake the old interviews in popularity. When it happened, he proceeded to go private on the Fortnite channel. This would ultimately get the attention of DJ academics, who would then start listening to David's music to learn more.
Crashing. Where'd it go wrong? Ghost. Where did you go? Afterlife.
However, this was not the only strange event that occurred during the stream. Another visa proof would then become viral while academics was active. This time, it's a video clip of David using the Jordans Celeste is wearing in her Instagram profile picture to clean her sneakers. The LAPD will then have more than enough proof to pursue David, which is why they visited his family's house. Everything I just mentioned will probably be used against him because the Tesla camera video will include the actual evidence. Whoever drove the Tesla and loaded Celeste inside was captured on tape thanks to the vehicle's 360 motion camera, which will be made public in the days ahead. If you think David had anything to do with it, please like the video and leave a comment below with who you think was responsible.
David Tesla was repoed on September 8th. He started his tour August 5th, 9th. They said the car was sitting for over 30 days before it got repoed. He reported it missing in between that, but it's been sitting before he started his tour. He called to report a Tesla missing. Now chat, anybody in chat, go to Google and say, can I call Tesla? If my Tesla is missing, can I call Tesla to track it? Watch what it shows you. To call Tesla, a Tesla of all cars you reported missing. When you can call Tesla and get it tracked, that don't make sense. They said the car was sitting for over 30 days. So from when the car was impounded on the 8th, we can add 31 days plus add some change. that's days, if not a week or more before he started his tour, bro. Dating a 13-year-old, bro. Probably got a, that's why he did that.